I still remember the sound. 3 soft knocks, hesitant, like she wasn't sure she should be there. It was past midnight. I was sitting on my couch in the dark, laptop open, pretending to work but really just staring at nothing. The apartment was quiet except for the hum of the refrigerator and the distant sound of traffic outside. Then, those knocks. I wasn't expecting anyone. I lived alone, had for 2 years now. Most nights passed without a single visitor. I got up and looked through the peephole. Emma. My chest tightened immediately. I hadn't seen her in 3 months, not since the morning she left my apartment with her overnight bag and told me she needed space to figure things out. I opened the door. She stood there in a gray hoodie and jeans, her hair pulled back in a messy ponytail. Her eyes were red, not crying red, just tired red, the kind that comes from not sleeping enough for too many nights. "Hi," she said. "Hi." We stood there for a moment. I didn't know what to say. Neither did she, apparently. "Can I come in?" she asked. I stepped aside. She walked past me into the living room. I closed the door and followed her. She didn't sit down, just stood there looking around like she was trying to remember the place. "I know it's late," she said. "It's fine." "I couldn't sleep." I nodded. I didn't know what else to do. She turned to look at me. "I've been thinking about you." My heart was doing something complicated in my chest. Part hope, part fear, part confusion. "I've been thinking about you too," I said. She smiled a little. Not a happy smile, a sad one. "Can we just sit?" she asked. "Yeah, of course." We sat on the couch, not close. There was space between us, deliberate space. For a while, neither of us said anything. The silence wasn't uncomfortable exactly. It was familiar. We'd always been good at silence together. "How have you been?" she asked finally. "Okay. Working a lot. Same as always. Still at the same place?" "Yeah." She nodded. "What about you?" I asked. "I got a new job. Marketing position, downtown." "That's good. You wanted that." "Yeah." More silence. I wanted to ask her why she was here, what had changed, whether this meant something or nothing. But I didn't. I just sat there with her in the dark. She pulled her knees up onto the couch and hugged them. It was something she used to do all the time, whenever she was thinking or worried or just tired. "I missed this," she said quietly. "Missed what?" "This. Being here, with you, just existing in the same space." I didn't know what to say to that. I tried. I really tried to move on, to convince myself that leaving was the right thing, that we wanted different things, that the timing was wrong. She paused. But I kept coming back to the same feeling, that I made a mistake. My throat felt tight. "Emma?" She looked at me. "Why did you leave, really? I never understood." She was quiet for a long time. When she spoke, her voice was soft. "Because I was scared of how much I felt, of how much I needed you. It terrified me." I'd never heard her say that before. In all our conversations after the breakup, she talked about timing and goals and practicality, never fear. I didn't know that. I didn't want you to know. I thought if I could just create some distance, I could get perspective, figure out what I really wanted without all the feelings getting in the way. "And did you? Figure it out?" She looked down at her hands. "Yeah, I did." My heart was pounding now. "I want you," she said. "I want this, us. I want to come home to you and fall asleep next to you and wake up and have coffee and argue about stupid things and make up and just be together." I felt something break open inside my chest. "But I don't know if that's fair to you," she continued. "I don't know if you still want that, or if I hurt you too much, or if you've moved on." I hadn't moved on, not even a little bit. But part of me was still hurt, still angry, still remembering all those nights after she left when I couldn't sleep, when I'd reach across the bed and find nothing, when I'd make dinner for 2 out of habit, and then remember. "I haven't moved on," I said finally. She looked up at me. "But I'm scared too," I continued. I'm scared you'll wake up one day and decide you need space again, that I'm too much or not enough for whatever it was that made you leave. I know, she said. I know I broke your trust, and I don't expect you to just forgive me and pretend it never happened. Then what do you expect? I don't know. I just knew I had to come here tonight. I had to tell you how I feel, even if it doesn't change anything. The apartment was so quiet. Outside, I could hear rain starting to fall, light at first, then harder. I don't know if I can do this again, go through it all again. I understand, but I also don't know if I can let you walk out that door. She looked at me with those tired eyes. So what do we do? She asked. I don't know. We sat there. The rain got heavier. I could hear it against the windows. Then Emma shifted closer to me on the couch, just a little, testing. I didn't move away. She moved closer again, until our shoulders were touching. I could feel the warmth of her through her hoodie. My hand was resting on the couch between us. She reached over and placed her hand on top of mine, gently, like she was asking permission. I turned my hand over and laced my fingers through hers. We sat like that for a long time, holding hands in the dark, listening to the rain. I missed your hands, she said quietly. I missed yours too. She leaned her head against my shoulder. I could smell her shampoo, the same kind she always used, coconut something. Can I stay tonight? She whispered. Yeah, just to sleep. I don't want to rush anything. I just want to be near you. Okay. We stayed on the couch a while longer. Neither of us wanted to move. It felt fragile, like if we stood up or changed position, the spell would break. But eventually she yawned, and I realized how tired I was too. Come on, I said. We went to the bedroom. I gave her one of my t-shirts like I used to. She went to the bathroom to change. I got into bed and waited. When she came back, she stood in the doorway for a moment. She looked young in my oversized shirt, vulnerable. She climbed into bed next to me. We lay on our backs, side by side, not touching. The rain was still falling outside. Thank you, she said. For what? For letting me in, for not telling me to leave. I thought about it. I know. I rolled onto my side to face her. She did the same. In the dim light from the window, I could see her face, the curve of her cheek, the way her lips were slightly parted. I'm still scared, I said. Me too. But I want to try. She reached out and touched my face. Her fingers were cool against my skin. We'll go slow, she said. We'll figure it out. Yeah. She moved closer, pressed her forehead against mine. We breathed together, in and out. Then she kissed me, soft and careful, like she was afraid I might disappear. I kissed her back. It wasn't passionate or desperate. It was gentle, honest. When we pulled apart, she smiled, a real smile this time. I love you, she whispered. I never stopped. I love you too. She settled against my chest. I wrapped my arms around her. Within minutes, her breathing slowed. She fell asleep. I stayed awake longer, listening to the rain, feeling the weight of her in my arms. I knew it wouldn't be easy, that we had things to work through, that trust had to be rebuilt slowly. But lying there with her, I felt something I hadn't felt in 3 months. Hope. The rain continued through the night. When I finally fell asleep, I slept better than I had in a long time. I woke up to sunlight coming through the curtains. For a moment, I forgot she was there. Then I felt her warmth next to me and remembered. She was still asleep, her face peaceful. I didn't want to move, didn't want to wake her. But eventually she stirred. Her eyes opened slowly. She looked confused at first. Then she focused on me and smiled. Hi, she said. Hi. We stood there for a moment. What time is it? I checked my phone on the nightstand. Almost 9. I should probably go. I have work. Yeah, me too. But neither of us moved. She reached up and touched my face again, running her thumb along my jaw. Last night wasn't a dream, right? No. Good. We lay there a little longer, neither of us wanting to be the first to get up.